Hey, everyone, have a great week.
It's going to be a high of 52 today, mostly sunny. The coolest day of the week. We warm up from here, which is pretty nice. Going to be in the upper 70s and 80s all week long. Welcome to your Monday. Ready for a great week. Coming up here in less than an hour, I am going to ask for a little assistance because do you ever have that moment where you find out where you stand in someone's life? It's kind of an eye-opening moment.
Oh.
When it's all kind of brought to the forefront, and you finally see the light.
Uh-oh.
And you're like, oh, this is where I stand. Good to know. I'm glad I know that now. Well, I need some help because I found out where I stand with a coworker.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was a little taken aback. But it's cool. I'll tell you about it in an hour.
That is weird. I've had a situation with coworkers, too, where you kind of assume you're friends, and then you find out you're not really friends.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the same thing?
Yeah, kind of along those lines. Somewhere along those lines.
But it's nice to be able to adjust to the reality.
But also the reason I need you to stick around or tune back in just after 7 o'clock is because I'm going to get back at this person, and I need your help doing so.
Is that person in the room with us?
I'm not going to say
All
anything
right,
now.
gotcha.
But I need help
Uh-oh.
getting back at this person.
Okay.
But I know what Kelly's talking about because I brought up going on a vacation together with, people here at work. I found out real quick, no.
No, that's not what I'm using my vacation on. I totally get it.
Kelly
So,
had no interest in going on vacation with me
We're
anywhere.
not friends, though. It just means I'm not getting in a bathing suit around my coworkers. That's all that means.
hey, I understand that. Also on the way, we've got Alice Cooper tickets we're going to give away. We're going to do that a little bit later this morning. Kelly, how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. I got in a lot of good family time, actually.
Oh,
Got to
nice.
see some cousins, and which was nice to bond and connect there. And
Okay.
had our nephew over yesterday. We all went to church together and came home. Had a meal together. It was just lovely.
Just a nice little weekend.
It was. How about you guys?
All is well on my end. Thick, about you?
Well, let me tell you,
Uh-oh.
great weather for fishing Friday. And if you remember, Friday morning, I asked the mythical coin of destiny if I would catch a bass that weighed at least 6 pounds.
Uh-huh.
And guess what?
You did?
The coin said I wouldn't, and the coin was right.
Ah, okay.
No.
As it almost always
The
is.
coin
Coin
never
al-
fails.
Hey, that's
So
almost always right.
We
But I
did need
did.
to recalibrate it once, but other
Yeah.
than that,
But
it's been fine.
I did catch a 4.6 pound stud smallmouth that looks like a giant football.
That's nice.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Yeah, we caught some nice ones. So
Would
that's
you say it was it was a butte, Clark?
It was a
Say
beaut,
that?
Clark. Yes, it was.
All right, well, it's going to be a very busy Monday, and we have got a lot to do, so let's get to it with Blitz Morning Trivia. Thick, what you got?
All right, $25 to waterbeds and stuff if you're the first one to text in the correct answer. Can you believe WrestleMania just had their 42nd edition? 42 years of WrestleMania.
Yeah? It's
crazy.
That makes sense.
And Jelly Roll made an appearance there. And Jelly Roll slammed somebody through a table. I mean, he got up on one table, and the man leaped.
He did.
Like,
he jumped off of one
leaped.
and landed on the other.
And who did he put through a table? That's the question. First one to text it in at 800-821-9970. We'll hook you up with that gift card.
All right, let's get that answer for Blitz Morning Trivia, Thick.
All right, the question was, at WrestleMania 42 over the weekend, Jelly Roll slammed somebody through a table. Who was it that he did that to?
Jelly Roll on the Spanish announce table. Jelly Roll, an elbow, driving Pat McAfee halfway to hell.
Pat McAfee, man.
Like I said, we were talking a little bit off the air about this, and from I don't get it. I don't understand how grown-ass men are sitting there watching other grown-ass men partake in this very physical yet very storylined type stuff.
The best men's soap opera on television.
And that's exactly it. Like, people don't understand, like, why would I care what a bunch of kids do on a Saturday afternoon playing a game? And it really affects me. I get it. Same thing, but different. I don't know. It just It's a soap opera.
Yeah.
Like, I don't...
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is.
It lost last time, I think, like, Undertaker versus Kane was like the last time I watched wrestling.
Okay.
Oh, my God, Kane's his brother. What?
But you were into it at one time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I grew up on it.
Growing up on it, for sure. I mean, I remember I was like, my real fandom was back with like Ultimate Warrior and Jake the Snake Roberts and the Demolition Crew.
Oh my gosh, I never forget the WrestleMania where Macho Man beat Hogan.
Yeah. Yep.
Or I'm sorry, not Macho Man. What? No, he won in a
Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior was the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Warriors. But to each their own.
He went to drop the big leg. Warrior moved out of the way and then pinned him. I was like, what just happened?
Junkyard Dog.
Oh, God, I loved it when him and George the Animal Steel would team up.
Yeah, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
George would eat the turnbuckle.
Yes, he would rip the turnbuckle off.
It's just like reality TV, but more muscles and sweat.
Yeah.
More oil.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's still a script.
That's it.
Yeah. And then I got out of it, and then my son got into it, so he got me back into it, and we went to it like Raw and saw it live, and he loved it. Now he finally, outgrew it.
I did get punched by Hulk Hogan.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, when his daughter tried to start a music career, she had a radio single that came out, and so she was doing like a radio tour, and he would tour with her. And so we brought her to a club to perform a couple songs, and he was with her. And so Hulk Hogan and I introduced his daughter on stage, and I said, hey, can we play it up? Like,
okay.
And so I said something like, hey, Hulk, if your daughter's music career doesn't work out, I'll take care of her. And then he was like, what? And then he punched me. And
so you put on a show.
I put on a show.
Yeah.
I did so well. When we got off stage, Hulk Hogan came up. He's like, you all right, brother? Because I took the fake punch so well. Because I let him actually, touch me.
Yeah.
And he felt it. And he's like, oh, my God, did I hit your brother? I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, I'm good, man. Well,
that's hilarious. Yeah. Oh, my God. I would brag about that to everybody.
Took a punch from Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Nathan Ameren from East Liberty out there by Mad River Mountain. First one to text in the correct answer. He's got $25 to waterbeds and stuff. By the way, McAfee was carried out on a stretcher while giving the middle finger to the crowd.
Okay.
I don't know if he shows up to his radio show. How you doing? Are you okay? Of course he's okay.
I'm sure he will. Yeah. Speaking of slamming this weekend in terms of sports, there was a lot of slamming going on. I don't know if you saw at with Padres ballpark out in San Francisco, there was a huge windstorm that came through, and it blew one of the vendor tents through the stands, and people were just like,
just getting
blasted by the tent. There were like 4 of them that were like, ugh.
That's like when the wind catches a bouncy house. It's like,
like bye.
4 children inside there.
And then even crazier than that was there were a lot of spring games this past weekend for college football. And at Virginia Tech, they had a parachutist come in, which is very strange for a spring game. Yeah. Like regular season games, sure, you'll get skydivers that come in. But I don't know what happened, if this guy misjudged or if there was a gust of wind. But if you didn't see the video, he came in too tight and slammed into the scoreboard. And he was stuck there for like 20 minutes because his parachute was up top and he's dangling by the ropes, just sitting against the screen, doing nothing for like, 20 minutes or something before they got him down. Like, do they delay the game for that? I didn't see the follow-up. Do they wait until he's down?
I think you have to, don't
you? Or
do
they start
they needed
the game?
like some equipment
they
to get
brought
up
in
there.
A huge crane.
Yeah.
And it was a pregame thing, so I think they just waited.
Waited? Because that would have been great if they kicked off and he's just dangling there.
The ball hits him.
Yeah. Someone scores a field goal. He's like, no, I'll change the score. He reaches up, just nice. I got you.
You know, that giant American flag, too. So
yes.
He's like hanging there. This big flag, and this kid just dangling.
He just looked like a marionette puppet just hanging by the strings at the bottom of the scoreboard.
There's some good pictures online.
That's a great seat for the game.
It is, yeah. Thankfully, no serious injuries, though, so might want to reconsider. Again, I don't know if it was his fault or the wind's fault, because as a skydiver, I know you judge the wind. And you got to be real precise, especially when getting into a stadium. But, man, good luck. I don't know if they'll be asking him back.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
You know, we really try and help you out on this morning show, and I can't tell you how many times we've done the not-so-breaking news, and we tell you a story about someone who had a great little plan, and it worked. The problem is, no one ever stops while they're ahead. That's what you got to do. If you find a little scheme that works, and you've tested the waters a few times, leave it alone. Walk away. And I know I'm preaching to the choir because this is coming from the man who goes up at the casino and like, I'm going to keep winning, so I'll just put the money back in. And then, of course, that doesn't happen, and you walk away empty-handed. And so, if you're out there trying to think of a scheme, just know, if it works a few times, walk away.
If you ever find yourself saying, I'm going to do it one more time and then stop, if that sentence ever comes to your mind, you know that you cannot do another one.
Cannot do it. That's your sign. Just stop. And I'll tell you yet another lesson learned. 28-year-old man from California by the name of Jarrell Augustine had himself a nice little thing going where he would go to the store and he would buy the valuable Lego sets because you know those bigger ones can get quite pricey. And then he would take them home. He would open them up. He would dump out the Legos and the figurines and all that stuff. And then he would replace them with little bags of dried pasta. Because when you seal the box back up, you give it a little shake, that dried pasta weighs and sounds just like little Lego pieces. So he did this where he would then get a cash refund for the Lego boxes and Lego sets that he bought. So much so, he was making a good amount of money. About $34,000 worth of merchandise. Over 70 times at Target stores throughout California.
What's that, about $7 worth of pasta for the whole thing?
For the whole thing, exactly. So he was returning it with Durham wheat semolina pasta. Oh. Little bags of pasta. Nice. And finally, they did catch up with them. And they checked video. You could see him walking into Targets all over the surrounding his area of California.
You know, he was doing us a favor, too, getting that wheat semolina pasta off the shelves.
Off the shelves, yeah. No one wants that. No one wants that at all. He was charged with grand theft auto. And the police did say, if your master plan involves swapping Legos for linguine, we can promise you your plan will be cooked al dente. Thank you, police officers. Appreciate that. 70 times.
Oh.
I mean, stop at like 40, man. 40 times is enough. Story number 2 takes us over to Olympia, Washington, where an inmate at Thurston County Jail was taken in for processing after committing some crimes. And through processing, they do a few certain things. You sit there, you're handcuffed, they bring you up, they fingerprint you, they take you back, they'll give you your police scrubs, basically, and then you're getting ready to be put into the jail. However, there is usually one more step between, like, clothing and being put in the cell. And that's when they're going to check you for any contraband you may be bringing in, including the old purse wallet they got to check sometimes. Yeah. Well, as this inmate was handcuffed, one of the corrections officers saw him with his hands behind his back being very active. There was a lot going on back there. And as they handcuffed him, he pulled out a baggie and decided he was going to eat it because he didn't want to get caught. Yeah, as it turns out, he had some fentanyl in his rectal cavity. And, of course, he didn't want to be caught with said drugs, so he decided the best thing to do is to eat it. Now, look, you're not supposed to be swallowing fentanyl. It's a bad thing.
Especially tangy.
You're not supposed to be swallowing. Why is it so spicy? Don't.
Ooh, that has a nasty aftertaste.
That is. Oh, someone got some mouthwash. I mean, I know there's a special section for certain people on the hub if you want to go check that out. But man, don't. That is a series of events that is taking place in the wrong order. It's supposed to go in one hole and come out the other.
Yeah.
Not come out one hole and go in the other.
Yeah.
You got steps 1 and 2 mixed up.
You're all reversed.
Yeah,
there.
it is not opposites day. Should not be doing that. Anyways, thankfully he was caught doing it, and he will be spending some extra time behind bars now. That's your not so breaking news. 99.7 The Blitz.
I spoke to Joyce in the morning. I spoke to Joyce at night. I spoke to Joyce in the
Well, depending on what you're into, you either really, really know it's 420 or you don't care that it's 420. It's fine either way. Fig, did you started the process for this year's crop, I'm assuming?
Oh, yes. I've already got several seeds that have sprouted and started another set.
So the seeds that you have planted that have started to sprout, when will those be snipped and smoked?
Well, this group of seeds that have already sprouted are called autoflower, so they take 70 days from sprout. So, yeah.
Okay, so this isn't like an all summer and you trim in the fall thing.
Just this first group. I've never grown these autoflower before.
Okay.
All right, so I'm interested to see how that goes. But the other ones that are now planted, they will not harvest until almost Halloween.
Oh, okay. So it does take that long.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're looking to celebrate, we can help you in the fact that we've got tickets to see Alice Cooper at the Rose Music Center this Saturday. It's going to be a great show. We are going to play Weed Strand or Music Band. It's very simple. I jumped online and I found some really interesting Weed Strand names. And I also jumped online and found some really interesting musical band names. So I'm going to give it to you, and you just have to tell me, is a Weed Strand a musical band? Yeah. 800-821-9970. If you can pull it off, then we'll give you a pair of tickets to see Alice Cooper, Rose Music Center this Saturday. You can get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com if you want to do so, or just win them. Blitz, hi, who's this?
This is Tyler.
What's going on, Tyler? How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I can't complain. Are you celebrating 420?
Always.
Good for you, sir. Good for you. All right. Well, we got a chance for you to win some Alice Cooper tickets. It's very simple. I'm going to give you the name of either a Weed Strand or a music band, and we'll see how good you do on your little quiz, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here we go. Weed Strand or music band. Donkey Butter.
That's a Weed Strand for sure.
No, it's a music band. I'm sorry. That is a. I'm sorry. No, wait. I'm sorry.
Oh, well.
I got my list confused. You are correct. It is a Weed Strand. Yes. I'm looking at the list upside down. You are correct. Yes.
Celebrating early this
I
morning.
don't want to give Tyler Alice Cooper tickets.
No, I absolutely want to give Tyler Alice Cooper tickets. I also love how you refer to yourself in the third person.
I can't imagine what kind of gummy thoughts we're going to get later this morning.
Hey. All right, fine. Good job on that. What about Ex-Wife?
That's a band.
No, that is a strand.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Double check the list.
I am. I'm looking. I'm looking right now.
Ex-wife?
Yes.
I've never heard of that strand.
That is a strand. Yep.
Strain.
Strain, yeah. All right, here we go. Natalie Portman's shaved head.
Oh, that one's hard. I'm going to say that's a band.
That is a band, yes.
All right.
Natalie Portman's shaved head.
Nobody wants to smoke Natalie Portman's shaved head.
Yeah. You're right. Nobody wants to smoke that. All right. What about Kiss the Anus of the Black Cat?
Oh, come on.
That's got to be a band, too.
That is a band. Yeah, it's a band out of Norway. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, nothing like calling up your friends and going, hey, man, you want to go kiss the anus of the Black Cat? Yeah.
This is a punk band, right?
It's got to
be a punk band.
Out of Norway, it's got to be. All right, what about Poop Stomper?
That's some weed.
That is some weed, yes. Who names these things? Who is sitting around and naming these things?
I tell you what, that thing's...
celebrate 420.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you've got to sit around and already be smoking to then turn around and name the new strand you're waiting to grow.
Yeah, I don't think that strain's flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
So did you live in Colorado when the Peyton Manning strain came out?
Oh, you know what?
Because that would have been when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I was there. Yeah,
I
absolutely was.
Everybody said that was one of the best strains.
Yeah.
I never smoked it, but...
What about this one? Rainbow Butt Monkey.
That's some weed.
No, that's a band, actually. That is a band. And fine, I'll give you one last one. The Tony Danza tap dance experience.
That's a band.
Absolutely. Good job. We are going to give you tickets for Alice Cooper at the Rose Music Center. You got plans this Saturday night, all right?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You hang on one second. I really want to go see the Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza.
Yeah.
Like, is it tap dancing, or is it actually like a band and they just have tap dance in their name? That's what I'm very curious about. 997 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
West Jefferson police say they have identified the woman who was found dead in Little Darby Creek, but her name hasn't been released and won't be until all family members have been notified. Kayakers found the body Saturday evening near Martin Street. The investigation continues into the cause of her death. A Louisiana father fatally shot 8 children, including 7 of his own, in an attack on his family yesterday morning that stretched across 2 houses in a neighborhood in Shreveport, Louisiana. It is the deadliest mass shooting of 2026. 2 women, the gunman's wife, who is the mother of 4 of their children, and then another woman who's the mother of 3 of his children, were also shot and critically wounded. Officials say the children were all killed in the same house. They range in age from 3 to 11. One other child was able to escape by jumping off the roof. The gunman, identified as 31-year-old Shamar Elkins, died after a police pursuit that ended with officers firing at him. Authorities did not say what may have set off the violence, but he and his wife were separating, and they had a court date set for today. Authorities had to shut down a rodeo in Gaston, South Carolina Saturday night after several people were trampled by horses, and then people in the crowd threw beer cans at first responders. Police received an emergency call at about 8:30 p.m. Saturday after fireworks spooked the horses. They stampeded, trampled about 6 people, and as emergency crews began caring for the patients, the crowd became agitated and apparently started throwing beer cans and other objects at the rescue workers.
Why are you interrupting our rodeo?
Yeah.
Well, it's gone nuts, man.
Assistance was called in. Officers arrested 8 people for disorderly conduct and resisting. There were about 1,400 people at this event who were all told to leave the premises immediately.
Who?
Nuts.
What?
That's a lot of beer. I'm sure I don't know.
Not to mention you're at the rodeo. You just paid like $11 for a beer. What are you doing wasting that kind of money?
Yeah. Also, why do you have fireworks?
Around horses
rodeo,
and stuff. Yeah, not a good idea.
I don't know. Those are your 3 things.
All right. All right, I'm asking for some assistance this afternoon. If you have the opportunity, this isn't like a get back. I'm not trying to get back at anyone. But maybe like an explanation, an answer, some closure on the whole matter. Because I found out over the weekend where I sit with a coworker of mine, and it's always a bit of a gut punch. You know, if you have a certain feeling about someone, or you feel that you have a particular relationship with someone, and then come to find out that you don't. It can be a gut punch. It can take the wind out of you.
Uh-oh. What happened?
And that's what I found out.
Kelly didn't want to go on vacation with you either?
No, that wasn't it. but along those lines.
Okay.
Because on Friday afternoon, Nora and I were getting ready to head out. We had plans Friday night, and those plans involved going to grab an appetizer and a beverage, and then we were going to see Steel Panther. Had never seen them before. Was very much looking forward to it. And as we were on our way to the restaurant to grab our appetizer and beverage, I sent out a text message to the one and only Ronnie Hunter saying, "Hey, are you going to Steel Panther?" And she said, "No, I'm neck deep in Sonic Temple stuff." And I got to and I understand Ronnie takes care of so much stuff around here. She works so hard, it's unbelievable, especially when it comes to like Sonic Temple stuff. And cool, I get it. No problem. You're busy. Ain't no thing. And then we're on our way to Steel Panther, and I get another text message that says, "Hey, change of plans. I got a phone call requesting my presence at the Bluestone."
Yeah.
Correct? Bluestone? Yeah. to be at Steel Panther, so we'll see you there. And I was like, awesome. So we get there, and we were very fortunate that the owner of the Bluestone put us in the sound booth upstairs.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
So
Nice.
we were kind of away from everyone. It's elevated. We got this cool little angle down to the stage.
How cool is that venue?
Very cool venue,
right?
Yeah, very cool venue. And the gentleman that took us to the sound booth, one of the security guards, the manager said, "Hey, walk them up to the sound booth." He's like, "Hey, Goose, listen to the show. Look, I've known Ronnie forever. In fact, I hit her up and told her to come down here." So it was her friend, the security guard, the one that walked us to the sound booth, was the one that texted Ronnie and said, "Get down here."
Oh, so he had more sway.
So I said, "Oh, that's kind of interesting."
Oh, that's
Because I invited her to Steel Panther and said I wanted to hang out with her. And she's like, can't make it. Got stuff going on. But Mr. Security Guard says come down, and you go running.
See, here's what happened, I'm sure. You primed the pump. You got her thinking about it. And then she was like, man, I'm under a pile with all the Sonic Temple stuff.
Right.
They're going to Steel Panther. I don't think I can go. But you primed the pump. You got her thinking.
So
She just needed another little bit of encouragement.
This is what I need. Everyone to do me a favor. Anytime between like 4 and 5 this afternoon, set a little reminder in your phone. Just give Ronnie a call this afternoon during her show and just be like, why don't you like Goose? Just call 800-821-9970.
Or text.
Or text.
Yeah.
But not everyone at 4 o'clock. Like 4:05,
Stagger
4:20.
it.
Yeah, stagger it.
All right.
All hour. I want her. I just want an answer.
Why don't you like
like Goose?
What did Goose do wrong?
I'm going to text her, too.
Yeah. What did Goose do wrong? What happened? Why don't you like Goose? Is he too much? Is it the bald head? What happened?
Now, Ronnie may be one of the most kind-hearted people on the planet.
Bitch!
So she's going to worry if she starts getting those texts. She's going to worry.
Well, I worry about my feelings, too. And they were crushed and hurt.
Dead bitch.
So, yeah, just set a quick alarm in your phone anytime between 4 and 5. Stagger it and just ask her what did Goose do wrong? Do you want him off the morning show? Are you trying to convince the bosses to fire him?
I think she wants a security guard to come do the morning show.
That could be. Oh, absolutely.
no.
Yeah. He's been asking, trying to slip him in. I'm just saying. So if you want to help a brother out, it'd be greatly appreciated for you to text or call Ronnie this afternoon, 800-821-9970, anytime between 4 and 5. And just try and find out from me. Because she wasn't direct with me. Avoiding me like the plague.
No.
Like I'm sitting over here with syphilis. I mean, come on. Help a brother out.
Bitch!
Yeah, it's a Monday. Busy week ahead. Wanted to make sure I was well rested, so I took some extra gummies last night. Not only that, but it's 4:20 today, so you got to be well prepared. Unfortunately, the gummies kicked in before I fell asleep, so I wanted to share some of my gummy thoughts with you. Like I had this thought before dozing off last night. Now, a lot of people talk about if they could have a superpower, it would be invisibility.
Yeah.
Isn't that your top pick?
It is.
Well, you might want to rethink that because all invisible people are blind. They can't see anything because sight works by light hitting your eye and bouncing back. And if you're invisible, light's just going right through you. You've got no light to reflect for you to see. You're just blind. You're blind. You can't see anything.
Well, that does put a hitch in my plans.
It does.
To spy on everyone
Yeah,
while
you
I'm
can't
invisible.
see anything.
So nobody can see me, but I can't see him.
Can't see anything.
Yeah.
Scientifically impossible for you to see anything.
So that's the worst choice.
It is the worst choice. You're just there invisible walking into things. Those are all those strange sounds you hear, those bumps in the night. It's invisible people walking into things because they can't see anything. Who's there? Thought about this before falling asleep last night. There are some people who believe in reincarnation, right? So what if people with anxiety are anxious because they don't know how the world works? It's their first time here. So they're all, what's going on? But if you're a bit more cool, calm, collected, you may have been reincarnated a few times. So you kind of get a gist of how the world works. So you're just kind of chill.
You're like, here we go again.
Right, exactly. Thought about this before falling asleep last night. You know, SpongeBob SquarePants, he never got his driver's license because Sponges scrub. And we all know that scrubs belong in the passenger side of their best friend's ride.
That's true.
So,
yep.
All he does is ride shotgun. Doesn't get a driver's license.
Most people don't want no scrubs.
They don't want no scrubs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought about this before falling asleep last night. Do caterpillars know they're going to become butterflies, or are they just there and all of a sudden, like a cocoon just starts growing around? They're like, what the hell?
That's a good question.
Because, you know, as humans, we get it.
Yeah.
Like, as a woman, as you're growing up, you are explained that things are going to happen. Could you imagine things happening and you weren't explained?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what happens. You use your telekinesis to burn down an entire high school prom. That's what happens when nobody explains a period to a girl.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Well,
got to be.
Yeah.
Changes as a whole are explained to us as humans. Like
they probably don't.
I bet they don't.
They don't go to school. They don't have anybody educating them.
Unless Butterfly comes and lands next to you and is like, hey, just so you know.
And they have to talk
in a couple weeks. Yeah, in a couple weeks. Ish is about to get really strange. So you know. Thought about this before falling asleep last night. There are more Fast and Furious movies than there are Vin Diesel emotions. He's got no range.
About 6 more.
No range. Yeah. He's got like 2 emotions and that's it. Family. Like that's the only emotion Vin Diesel has. And finally, this was the last thought I had before falling asleep. It's a very popular song that we all know. It's a very popular song that does one thing to all of us. The second we hear, it's like hypnosis almost. The second it plays, all of us just start moving in slow motion. It slows us all down. Oh. Can you take a guess as to what song that is? We all imitate slow running anytime.
Like the $6 Million Man.
Yes. Chariots of Fire. Yes. We all know Chariots of Fire. Play Chariots. Yeah. And we're all just slow running anytime this happens. Well, I got something for you I want you to think about. This actually put me to sleep last night. Go ahead and stop that for me, Thick. And then when I point at you, I want you to start the song again, okay?
All right.
This is what put me to sleep last night. On top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese, I lost my poor meatball when somebody sneezed. It rolled off the table onto the floor, and then my poor meatball rolled out the front door. Does it not? It's the exact same thing.
Perfect.
It's the exact same thing. And then I was off to La La Land.
420's great.
Well, it's a Monday, which means yesterday had my typical morning of, Nora and I wake up, I go make some coffee, get back into bed, we relax and just have our coffee and doom scroll for a little bit. And then we get up and kind of start the Sunday, which involves me making breakfast for the family, and she does a little Sunday morning cleaning. A little dusting, a little sweeping, that kind of stuff. And while she does so, she'll play the Spotify list that blares throughout the house. But I'm in the kitchen, so I can't always hear it. Oh, there we go. I was very confused by what that sound was coming from. But I hear it, but I don't really hear it. And so it's the most random playlist ever. And as I'm cooking, I'm listening, and I'm like, what did they just say? And so I wrote some down. I wanted to share them with you. Like, this song popped up. Great 80s banger we all sing at the top of our lungs. Pour Some Sugar on Me. We all know that one. I was mixing up the Hashy Bees while I'm bouncing in the kitchen listening to this song. But then I was thinking, wait, did he just ask that equestrian animal not to shoot himself in his own leg? Horse, don't shoot yourself in the leg. Take a listen. right there.
Man.
No?
What is it he said again?
Horse, don't shoot your own leg. Do it again. Horse, don't shoot your own leg. See? Told you.
Horse, don't shoot your own leg.
Okay, fine. The whole Spotify list jumped ahead. I should say jumped behind. And it went back to the late 70s, early 80s. And we had Casey and the Sunshine Band pop up. I mean, who doesn't want to get down tonight? Now, what if it was just you and your significant other, right? It's just the two of you. And you've got some paper bags. And both of you have to poop. All right? You got some paper bags and both of you have to poop. Then what happens? Wait, what are you gonna do with that paper bag?
I don't even know what the real words are. I feel like that's it.
Kelly, he said, baby, let's sit together.
No, he said
I don't
paper.
think so.
He said paper bag. Let's. You want to get together with your significant other?
Oh my God! I feel like that needs to be bleeped during radio play.
Pretty close, ain't it? Made my ears perk up. I love to cook, and so this one really hit home. Billy Joel. Who doesn't like a little Billy Joel?
You made it right. I made it crazy.
Now, I know in the previous one we talked about you and your significant other doing something together that's pretty
Yeah.
But what if you guys are cooking together? And I'm like, don't worry, I'll make the rice and you make the gravy.
You made it right. I made it crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cooking brings people together.
It does.
And then they do things after they eat
They
together.
do.
Yeah.
They do. Sometimes you need a paper bag for it. What about Boston? Who doesn't like Boston? Now, I'm not saying you should do this, but I do know, I have seen the TV show on TLC, My Weird Addiction, where people eat their own toenails. It can give you a feeling. Take a listen.
I know the song too well to know what you heard. What did you hear?
You didn't hear it? Listen to that middle line.
All right.
Listen to the line. Tell me it's not there. Do it again. Tell me it's not there. Tell me Boston's not sitting around the green room eating their own toenails. All right, fine.
A little bit of a reach on that one.
Right,
I was with you, Kelly, because I know what he's really saying. It was hard to get that one. Down Tonight was fantastic.
One last one.
All right.
One last one. Tina Turner. She does her thing. I mean, What's Love Got to Do with It? Probably her biggest song. In fact, the movie about her was called What's Love Got to Do with It?
You must understand the touch of your
So nice.
my folks
Now,
react.
I know for a fact, every man feels this way. In fact, I can't believe a woman sang the song. It should be a man singing the song. Because, when a woman has to understand that the touch of her hand does make a certain part of the male anatomy feel a certain way.
You must understand the touch of your hand makes my folks react.
No!
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I won't allow it.
Yep.
How dare you?
Just a little.
You must understand the touch of your hand makes my folks react.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. You feel personally offended for Tina Turner there?
100%. I'm sorry, Tina. Oh.
Hey, telling you. Ladies, if you don't, the tickle, little tug, whatever you want to do. It's got you.
You must understand the touch of
Does
your
what?
hand makes my pulse react.
Yeah, it does. 997 of the Blitz.
Wait, I got to hear it one more time.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you saw this over the weekend, or maybe it was on Friday, but there is a woman who decided to ditch the dating apps. She's been in the dating world for a while, and she's on the different apps and was just not having any luck. And she decided to ditch it. I'm pretty sure she's a lawyer, if I remember correctly. But she decided, I'm done. I am just going to make a dating application. And not the first time we've seen this, but this one kind of blew up over the weekend. And she filled out a dating app and got like 260 responses from men who were willing to fill out the dating app and maybe go on a date with this woman.
Okay.
But it raised the question, what would be, let's say you came up with a little dating application, but you had one question to ask. And I know, obviously, damn near impossible to go off of one question. But if you had one question to ask, and I bring it up because one of the questions that she did ask was, what's the one thing you would bring over to my mom's house? And one of the guys answered, I'd bring my toolbox to help mom fix anything around the house.
Oh, isn't that nice?
That's a gold answer right there. That's a gold star for sure. But I was wondering, what would be that one question that, if you could think of one, that would really narrow it down? Maybe it's like your biggest red flag and you just want to get that out of the way. I guess you could look at it that way. Instead of one thing that would impress you, what's the one thing you know you don't want to deal with? So that's the one question you ask. Someone said, are you a mama's boy?
Yeah.
Because they don't want to have to deal with a mama's boy.
I get that.
Another one said, this one wouldn't be mine. I disagree with this one. They said, are you in therapy? Although I guess it depends on which way you're looking at it. Because are you looking for a no answer or are you looking for a yes answer? Because I'm a firm believer that pretty much everyone could use therapy. So if you say yes, that's kind of a good thing.
Like, are you willing to be? That confirms that you're willing.
Willing to be, right. Or I guess to what level of therapy you in. Like, that's...
Yeah, like how long have you been in therapy?
Right.
Like, there is a level at which it's healthy and a level at which it's unhealthy.
You're like,
you're
in either
incurable.
direction.
Yeah. Someone said, what's on your bucket list? I like that question.
Yeah. Okay.
What's on your bucket list? Here's another one that I know a lot of people are kind of like on one side or the other about, and that would be, do you allow pets in your bed?
Okay, yeah.
I could see that being a deal breaker for some.
You don't have a choice anymore, do you?
Who, us?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Birdie's crated every night.
Oh, but she doesn't jump. Oh, you don't sleep with her.
No, in the morning she'll come in
Yeah.
bed. Yeah, but no, at night, I will not allow pets in my bed anymore.
Okay, all right, that's the answer to that.
No, if I hear one more 2 a.m. ball licking, I'm killing someone. That is the worst
She's a girl.
sound ever. Even worse. The worst. That is the wettest, sloppiest sound in all of mankind.
I know. It is.
And here, Kelly said, this is not you, Kelly, but another one that posted online said, why are you still single? That's a valid question.
All right.
It's a little self-exploration as to why you're still single. Can you think of one question that might come up, that one question that might be a deciding factor for you?
Late nights or early mornings?
Oh.
If you like to get out and get into some stuff late night, I'm afraid it's a goodbye.
Not gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Vic, you were shaking your head.
Oh, yeah, I'm asking, do you hate football? Because if you do, it's not going to, we just stop now. Let's not even.
Hate football, can't stand it, don't even want it on TV.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
You don't care if they watch it.
No, I'm asking her.
Right.
Do you hate football? If you do, there's no point in us talking from here forward.
But what if they're like cool with sitting on the couch reading a book on Sunday while you're watching football?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
But people who hate football, they don't want you to watch football. They want to take you away from it, and I'm sorry, that's not going to work. I did like Xander said, what's your body count?
See, I don't agree with that question.
No, I
know. That would not be my question. I'm sure it comes up in almost every relationship. I don't know if that's the right way to judge a relationship, though.
This one's
that's me personally.
Spence says, do you have your own friends?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yep. Paige said, are you in debt and how much? Granted, that's a two-parter, but I'll allow it. 800-821-9970.
Do they have an STD? Was another
1280 said, do you hate Michigan?
Yes, that's a good question.
Mark also said, deal breaker question, are you from Michigan? Okay, great. Mary said, who's your favorite band? That would be a tough one, though. Because if I were to say, Prince, that doesn't show my love of, Linkin Park,
right,
or James Brown, or, the wide variety of music I like.
If you tell me Sleep Token, yeah.
It's good. Over.
Bye-bye.
Let's see here. Ask if they have any STDs. Okay, I guess that's a good one. Do you have your own friends? Cut that one. Which body count? Yeah.
Andy says, does your dad pay for everything?
Valid question.
This was good. Thina said, I did some speed dating, and I would always ask, what was your favorite Saturday morning cartoon and cereal combo when you were growing up? I need to see the levity, humor, etc. from them early.
That's a good one.
That's great.
When I was on the dating apps, once there was like a hello connection made, like one of my, second or third questions was, what was your favorite cereal growing up? That was kind of like one of my icebreaker questions.
What's your answer to that?
It's either Fruity Pebbles or Count Chocula.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I remember eating a lot of Cookie Crisp, too.
Oh, God, I loved Cookie Crisp.
Yeah.
What if somebody said
so much
it's shredded wheat? Plain.
Ass kick right out the door. I will push you out of a moving car if you say shredded wheat. Grape nuts. No, axe to the forehead.
Ruth asked, what is your zodiac sign, really?
I saw that.
I don't believe in that crap at all. Now, Paige says type of music, 100%. I get that.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Anthony says, what do you like on your pizza? Yeah, I think if you're getting pineapples on your pizza, it's probably not going to work for us.
Does your dad pay for everything?
Good one.
Ding, 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 ding. Thank you.
Kelly read that one.
Sorry.
That's fine. Which direction do you put the toilet paper roll on? Valid question. I would also ask, because I saw this over the weekend, how much paper towel do you use? Or do you get mad at excessive paper towel use? Because I saw someone post something, said, I use paper towel like I won the lottery, which is me.
Me too, but I also need like the Viva signature cloth, like the softest, most bougie paper towel. Don't get me some random, like...
you don't want store brand paper towel?
Oh, no. Oh, really? No. Okay. No. In fact, when they're out of the signature cloth at Kroger, I'm starting to feel desperate. Like I'm ready to go to another Kroger just to get the signature cloth.
Really?
What is signature cloth?
I've never seen
it's
the fancy
luxury.
stuff.
It's luxury. That's all I can say.
It's the equivalent of 1,200 count Egyptian cotton sheets for your countertops.
Yeah.
I like this one. Matt said, what temperature do you like the house set at?
That's a good one.
That'll save a lot of frights for sure. 800-821-9970 if you got one. 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
Columbus City Council could vote tonight on a plan to use McCoy Park on the south side for a training facility for a women's soccer league franchise. Southside residents are upset with the plan, saying the city already promised to upgrade that park with a playground, splash pad, and other facilities. Mayor Ginther backs the plan for the soccer team, while the city council president, Shannon Hardin, says he wants the commitment in writing to find room for a park in that neighborhood. So are we going to serve the neighborhood that you promised to serve, or are you going to serve the Haslams for that expansion women's pro soccer team? That's the question.
I'm contemplating. I don't know.
Okay. We'll find out what City Council thinks. Maybe tonight. About 1,000 animal welfare activists who tried on Saturday to break into a beagle breeding and research facility in Wisconsin faced police officers using rubber bullets and pepper spray. It was the second attempt in 2 months by protesters to take beagles from the Richland Farms facility in a small town just southwest of Madison. Protesters tried to overcome barricades, and these barricades included a manure-filled trench, hay bales, and a barbed wire fence. Some protesters did all the way through the fence, but they were not able to enter the facility. where an estimated 2,000 beagles are kept. Multiple protesters were arrested, including the group's leader. So
this facility has got like a poop moat, a hay bale fence, and then a barbed wire fence.
Right.
Well.
And then they breed beagles for research in there. I am pro-protesters here. Break in and grab all those baby beagles and hit the road.
Get them out.
A hundo. And then maybe, if the place is empty, then just burn it to the ground. That's where I stand on the issue. Lots of college football teams had their spring football games on Saturday. Ohio State and Michigan had theirs. So did Virginia Tech. And one of 3 skydivers performing during the pregame ceremony was blown off course carrying a giant American flag. And everyone watched as he just kept getting closer and closer to the stadium scoreboard until, bam! He hit the scoreboard and then was dangling by his parachute. Fire department was called in. Crews used a crane ladder to get the parachutist to safety. It took about 15 to 20 minutes. Guy was checked out by paramedics and released. I'd hang a picture of me hanging by the scoreboard.
100%.
That's at least an 8x10, maybe poster size.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm curious as to how it had to be a gust of wind because when you're jumping, they judge the wind and they have wind socks and they know what's going on and they plan for their approach for that. And to miss by that much, it had to be unexpected.
Some type of straight line gust. Just didn't see
absolutely. Because I was blown one time where I had to land in a cornfield. I was probably, half a mile away from the actual drop zone. And if I tried to make it, I would have cut across power lines, which is obviously one of the first things they tell you not to do. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to come down in this cornfield. And that was a good half mile away from the actual landing point.
That is dangerous. And yet you've done it how many times?
More than 300.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do solo, obviously. Now you've done enough jumps.
Not anymore. It's been many years since I've jumped. But yeah, I would jump every weekend. Yeah, that was what I used to do on my weekends. But that was one of the only... I only had 2 problems, and that was one of them. And landing and this was corn season, so these were full corn stalks. Which is the worst. Oh, God. Oh. They tell you if you're ever coming down in a cornfield, the only thing you can do is cross your legs because you don't want to get blasted in the nuts by corn stalks because it hurts so bad. But the other thing, too, is, corn can get to about 6 feet tall. And so you're trying to judge where you're landing. So when you flare your parachute to land, you can sprain an ankle because you're too high up and you come down and hit the ground. And then, on top of all that, you've got all your cords, because there's 24 cords coming out of a parachute, and they're all tangled in the corn stalks. So to try and gather everything, and then find your way out of the damn corn maze.
Did anybody have to come get you?
Yeah, they had to come get me.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yep.
What a story. All right, those are your 3 things.
All right, well, if you plan on doing some traveling, especially if it's a longer flight, trying to sleep on a plane isn't the best. I can doze for 45 minutes, kind of in and out, but a good solid sleep, just not happening. Well, apparently Air New Zealand's trying to make it a little easier because if you do first class, you might get a bigger, more comfier seat, which might make it easier to sleep. If you do some of these other airlines, like Air Singapore has got the suites, where you basically have a full bed. They bring you pajamas and a mask, and you get it all. Yeah. Well, Air New Zealand wants to make it easier for economy flyers to get some rest. And that is why they are putting in 3-tier bunk beds / sleep pods on some of their Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner aircrafts. It's only going to be for long-haul flights, basically like a direct flight from New York to New Zealand, where you're going to be on the plane for a long, long time. And there are rules. You're going to have to pre-book a 4-hour time slot. So it's going to cost you extra money. Like if you want to upgrade your seat, you're going to get to basically pay for this sleep pod. About $300 to pay for your 4-hour window. It's only 6 beds on the plane. So you're going to get your little window and that's it.
Oh, so then you get woken up and you kicked out and the next person...
Yep. So it says there's no headroom for sitting up. These are flat, right on top of each other bunk beds. Bending, kneeling, crawling, or climbing into the space will be required. They do have lay-down seat belts you have to wear. So basically around your waist while you're laying there. You're going to have to strap in. No food or drink are allowed, so no snacking in bed. Kids aren't allowed in these little sleep pods. No shoes. They're going to give you special socks that you are going to wear. No smells. You can't be doused in like lotion or cologne or perfume.
Thank you.
And they will have discretionary, choices on whether or not they're going to let you in. No sleeping in. It says when your turn is up, you'll be awakened by a gentle change in lighting. And if that doesn't work, a flight attendant's going to come by and give you a little nudge. Time to get up. And then, of course, the number one thing that everyone is thinking, no guests. This is a one-person pod, and that is it. So they're putting the kibosh on that right off the bat.
Okay, it's not like, have you ever seen those sleep pods at the Abu Dhabi airport? It's like, it looks exactly like a suicide pod, but you get in and then you're supposed to sleep. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's too close for me.
And I appreciate the rule of, no guests, but, there are certain things you can do by yourself with the door closed that you don't need a guest for, which I guarantee is going to happen. 100% is going to happen.
Yeah, I don't need any worry of body juices or the like or perfumes. I don't need any of that.
Yep. $300 seems like a lot for 4 hours.
That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much. I'll just stay awake.
Yep.
And save the money.
Yeah, I'll get the broken up sleep and then fight through the jet lag for a night and then catch up on sleep in the hotel room.
Yeah.
I'm not using it, but if you're flying Air New Zealand, just know that bunk beds are becoming available.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
Our first story takes us over to New York City. The Upper West Side apparently has turned into the Upper Wild Wild West Side because a mounted New York City police officer on horseback. They still have them in parts of the neighborhood, especially if you've been down to like Times Square. You'll see them down there, just kind of keeping an eye on things. Well, apparently there was an officer on patrol on horseback, and someone came up and said, "That woman just stole my purse." And sure enough, the cop takes off after the woman throughout the streets. Take a listen.
Stop! I didn't take my bag! Stop! Please stop! Stop running!
Sir, I got the horse. I got it. I got my horse. I'm putting cuffs on you. You're being detained. We're going to figure it out.
Apparently this 42-year-old woman snatched a purse, and the woman who got purse snatched saw the officer and said, "Hey, can you do something?" And sure enough, he did. He took off like the Lone Ranger.
I thought they were like decorative.
No.
I mean, I know they have a badge and probably a weapon, but I thought for the most part, it's just a decorative thing.
They do their thing. And
That's
you can see
nice.
He went down the street. He cut underneath and got into the sidewalk. And so he's underneath like scaffolding where they're doing building work. He's ducking and dodging and dipping and dodging. And sure enough, ended up catching up with that. I really wish he would have taken out a lasso and just...
That's right. That would have been the icing on the cake there.
And she was trying. She was like cutting through cars and stuff, but he was doing his thing. So all I can think about is True Lies. Arnold Schwarzenegger chasing the terrorist on
on the elevator and everything.
Yep, absolutely. Story number 2. Again, another story where you could have gotten away with it, but you made such a stupid mistake. I've got no sympathy for you whatsoever. There's a 25-year-old man in Tennessee who is luckily going to avoid prison time after pleading guilty to accessing government systems with stolen login credentials. This man jumped online and was able to hack his way in through stolen credentials and got into the U.S. Supreme Court's electronic filing system. He got into AmeriCorps. He got into the Veterans Administration health system. And then was posting screenshots of him inside these websites where he shouldn't be. Accessing information he shouldn't be seeing. And posting pictures of them on Instagram. And maybe possibly, if you're that talented to be able to hack into government systems, and snag screenshots and post them online on Instagram. You'd think you might be able to hide your Instagram. Kind of like you see in the movies where they hide bank accounts. It goes through like 7 different banks before it ends up overseas. You probably could have done that. But no, what you did was you set up an Instagram account with the name @IHackedTheGovernment. Dumbass!
But he got in, so who's really...
What's that?
I mean, he hacked, right?
Yeah.
He was able to hack in.
Yes.
So it seems like, he might be dumb, but he's not the dumbest one in this scenario.
Well, I mean, the government did get hacked, but you could have gotten away with it with no problem.
You're so dumb.
You decided to make an Instagram account called I Hacked the Government.
Well...
And you posted screenshots of what you hacked.
Maybe it was the last thing on the bucket list. He was ready to go to jail after that. Oh, my gosh.
Well, the 25-year-old Tennessee man did plead guilty, and he's going to be on probation for 36 months. It's almost like, remember the movie Hackers with Angelina Jolie?
Oh, I love that movie.
Like, you will not be allowed to touch a computer or operate a touch-tone phone for the next 20 years.
Mess with the best, die like the rest.
That's right. Anyway,
Crash and burn.
He says, I'm truly sorry. I respect laws, and I want to be a good citizen. Obviously, that's not true.
You idiot.
That's your not-so-breaking news. 99.7 The Blitz. All right, we're in the final stretches, if you will, for school. There's about 6 weeks left. 5 weeks, somewhere in there. Crazy to think.
Man, it's the most delicious time, too. It's spring fever city. You're in there going, I just don't care about anything.
Just want to
Cannot
get
wait
out.
till the last day of school.
Yeah, those last few weeks were always the worst. Waiting for it.
Poor teachers, they sort of just, wrote it off.
They're kind of tuning out, too. Yeah. There's some testing going on right now.
Damn.
Yeah, all that big state test stuff. Well, I saw this.
Those.
Yeah, the big ones. I saw this interesting question online, and it was someone's daughter got in trouble. It was a 10-year-old girl, okay? And apparently she made little tiny paper underwear. I don't know how you do it, but she did it. And it had 2 holes in it. And she would basically put it on her index and middle finger. And then she was walking her fingers on the desk like, la, 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 la.
My fingers have underwear.
I'm wearing underwear. Look at me in my underwears. Well, apparently the teacher wasn't having any of it. And she got in trouble. And they called the parents. And they wanted to punish her. And so she was sent home from school. Her dad, however, did one of those. Don't do that again. And that was it. Just a little chuckle. What are you doing? Don't make finger underwear.
Oh.
Don't distract the other students in your class with finger underwear. Because you know it's funny and they're all going to laugh. So that's what I'm going to tell you. Don't do that again. And that was the end of it. So I want to know, did your child ever do something, or did you ever do anything back when you were in school? And you got in trouble at school, but your parents were like, don't do that again. I think that would happen a lot more with like Gen Xers or millennial parents, because you see it all the time on the World Wide Web. Like, we shouldn't be parents. It's a different time.
Yeah.
Our parents, the baby boomers, were much more strict on us as parents. We Gen Xers and millennials, we can't take anything seriously. So we're a little bit more lighthearted when it comes to the parenting. So what happened where you got in trouble or your child got in trouble, but you found it kind of humorous and you just kind of let it slide, just telling them, don't ever do that again. Now, you went to a Catholic school, right?
I went to Catholic high school.
Catholic high school,
Yeah.
okay.
Elementary school, though, I was in 3rd grade, Mrs. Wagner's class at Valley Forge Elementary. She had us bring in these shoe boxes, and we were going to make, like, a class train, and she, like, sort of had the shoe boxes going around the outer perimeter of the wall inside our classroom.
Okay.
And we all designed our own little train of the car. During reading group, which was dangerously close to those tissue boxes, I was sitting there and I had a tissue and I was like, man, I bet I could make it if I just toss that tissue into one of those.
Into the train box?
Into the train box, yeah. I'm like, oh, I just had to wait for her to turn around. She turned around, I took my shot, and I did it all in minutes. I wasn't looking for an audience. I just was like, my intrusive thoughts took over. And I tossed it right as she turned back toward me. So she saw me do it. My stomach dropped. I'm about ready to start bawling because I knew I shouldn't have done it at that moment. She called me up. She was like, go get that tissue. Well, that was enough for me. Like, I started crying. And when I went home, I cried and told my parents, like, I did this terrible thing at school. I tossed my tissue into the tissue box that was supposed to be a train, and they laughed and made me feel better. But I was like, she's probably going to call and probably going to get kicked out. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen.
But she really wasn't going to. No, wait. You missed the most important part of the story. Did you make the shot into the train?
Shot,
there you go.
She made me go pick it up.
There you
It was
go.
almost kind of like a not a walk of shame. It was sort of a little bit proud of myself.
Absolutely, as you should be. 800-821-9970. What happened where your child got in trouble or you got in trouble? And even though you were in trouble at school, it got laughed off at home. Blitz, hi, who's this?
This is Dave.
Dave, what happened, man?
Well, it wasn't me, it was my daughter.
Okay.
It wasn't really funny, but I rewarded her afterwards. It was a bully picking on her at school. And the school wouldn't do anything about it and would just let the girl bully her. So my daughter literally said, hey, I want to transfer schools. And I'm like, no. You know how you take care of this? And she said, what? I said, I'm going to show you how to make a fist, and I want you to do a 1-2.
Oh.
As soon as she says something to you, Lainey, I said, if you don't, you're in trouble. What? I said, you 100% have the right. 1-2 her. Don't Hail Mary. You kids your age don't know what to do. Just 1-2 her. You'll never mess
Game over.
And,
that's an iffy line that I've heard discussed many times because I totally understand it. You're getting picked on. There's only one way to handle it.
I got a call from the school at lunch, and they said, hey, your daughter got into a fight. And I said, she finally took care of what you guys couldn't take care of, huh? The principal didn't know what to say. When I pulled up to the school, I was playing the Rocky song.
Good one.
Okay. Yeah. Again,
my fiance she was not very happy, but I'm sorry.
Hey. I can totally see it.
Do what you got to do.
You know, there's that thin line of, did you try talking to the person? And then that doesn't work. And yeah, that can be. Now, do you want to teach your kid violence? No, but at the same time, you want to teach your kid to stand up for themselves? Yes, that can be a real tough one. I'm with you on that one. Thanks for the call, man. I hope you have a great one. Let's see. We had some texts roll in. My daughter accidentally said the F word for the first time a few months ago. She's 9. I giggled and said, it's only okay because I'm around. No one else can be around. I can see that happening in school for sure. Think, did you have something happen at school? Or one of the boys?
For me, no.
Girls?
No, my kids never got in trouble.
Yeah.
But, no, right beginning of middle school, I think 6th grade, yeah. This guy kept messing with me. I kept, trying to get out of it.
Yep.
And I finally got sick of it, and I started wailing on him, and then they broke us up. We both got swatted by the vice principal. He took the big paddle off his wall. Oh, he couldn't wait.
Yeah.
And then they called our homes to let them know what happened and why we got swatted. And I got home, and my grandfather says, the school called. I said, yeah. I said, I understand you got swatted today. I said, yeah. He goes, did you win?
Yeah.
I go, I was about to until they pulled me off of him.
That was it.
He goes, all right.
It's the end of it.
Good enough.
Yep.
That was it. That was the end of the conversation.
As it should be. I mean, again, you got to stand up for yourself. See, my daughter got in trouble for wanting to hug everyone. Couldn't punish her for that. Took her off her ice cream instead. Yeah, I mean, the too much hugging I could see causing a problem. But again, how are you going to be mad at someone for wanting to hug your friends?
Was it last week or the week before? Our therapy question was about the first grader that told the girl, I love you. In the school,
right.
He got in trouble because he told her, I love you. Oh, it was inappropriate. He's a first grader.
Let's see.
Oh, Spence, during Thanksgiving celebration in elementary, they were talking about the Native Americans, et cetera, and the Thanksgiving. And he said they made a big Native American out of paper.
Okay.
And he drew a wiener on it. Got sent to the principal, he said.
I don't know if you're not supposed to be drawing the wiener on the animated character. But what are you going to do?
Well, we're going to laugh.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see. Carlos says, got into a fight defending a girl from a bully. Sent to the office for the paddle. Principal faked it, sent me back to pick up his dry cleaning 2 blocks away. Okay.
All right, that's a good
All right,
punishment.
I can see that. 800-821-9970. Did you ever get in trouble at school but then you got home and it kind of got laughed off. It's 99.7 The Blitz. It's going to be a decent day today. High of about 52 with sunny skies. We are talking about the fact that there's people who get in trouble at school. But sometimes I understand school rules and that you got to kind of make it pretty black and white so you're not playing favorites with anyone. But sometimes you're getting in trouble for things you really shouldn't. Sierra, did you ever get in trouble, but then when you got home you weren't really in trouble by your parents?
Yes,
oh, there you are.
But me and my son definitely got in trouble with his teacher.
Oh, you and your son?
Oh, yeah, we both got in trouble.
Whoa. Okay, what happened there?
When he was about 5 years old, his teacher was doing this project where she sent the kids home with a paper, and they were going to do like a Thanksgiving dinner. They all were going to bring in a food, cook it together as a class, and they were told to ask about their heritage. We're mostly German and Irish, but we do have Native American descent. My son loved that. We watched documentaries on it, very interested. His teacher thought it would be a great idea to dress up half the class like Indians, the other half like pilgrims, and reenact the first Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Well, my son got dressed up like a pilgrim, and he kind of refused, and the teacher was really upset about it, and he stood up in the middle of class and told his teacher that he was not about to celebrate the rape and murder of his people in front of a group of 5-year-olds.
Oh, my. Okay. Yeah, I can see that causing a bit of an issue. And then you went in,
But
so
yeah,
you got in trouble because you went in and defended him?
Yeah, and I guess a bunch of students started asking what certain words meant, and a lot of parents weren't thrilled about it.
Right. No, that'll do it.
And I went in and I told the teacher, I was like, well, what do you want from me? He's telling the truth. I mean, he's not lying.
Sometimes you got to stick up for your kids. I totally get it.
Yeah.
I appreciate the call, Sierra. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great week.
You too. Bye-bye.
Stacy, what's going on, Stacy?
All right, so my husband and I have 5 kids. Our oldest daughter, teacher's dream child, valedictorian. Our youngest, karma child, our son. First year of school, we get a phone call, come get him. He bit a child. He has to go home. Went to the principal's office, asked him, why did you bite the child? Because the kid asked him to bite him. My son told him he was a vampire, and the kid wanted to be turned into a vampire.
What do you do there? Like, the kid asked to be bit. He wanted to become a vampire, and the way you become a vampire is get bit by another vampire. And if some kid tells you he's a vampire, then you found your opportunity. You found your open door.
Exactly.
All he wanted to do was walk through it. Come on. I feel you on that one. So you just kind of brushed it off and said, don't go biting other kids. You're not a vampire?
Well, you kind of have to laugh at that.
Oh, absolutely you do. I completely agree with you. Stop biting other people. You're not a vampire, sir. All right, well, I appreciate it, Stacey. Thank you so much. Have a great week.
Not until you make your first kill. Then you're a vampire. After you
is
get
that what
bit.
it is?
Yeah, Lost Boys. You got to make your first kill.
Oh, you got to make your first
before
kill.
You're
Then
officially a vampire.
you're right. Then you're
After you
officially a
get
vampire.
bit.
Yes. The official rules of being a vampire. Thank you, Thick. Appreciate it.
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
2 U.S. soldiers were seriously injured during a training mission at a military base in Alaska after being attacked by a brown bear. The 2 are with the 11th Airborne Division and were participating in what's called a land navigation training event at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson. The 2 did have bear spray. That's, I guess, standard issue when you are serving in Alaska. They did deploy the bear spray, but both suffered serious injuries, though the nature of those injuries have not been disclosed. No word on the status of the bear. House Oversight and Government Reform Committee will investigate the deaths and disappearances of 10 American scientists connected to U.S. nuclear or space research programs. Officials say they haven't found an official link among the cases, so there may not be, though each scientist reportedly held high-level security clearances at national research facilities. The situation is being described as a national security concern, and the committee will be asking for briefings from the Pentagon, the FBI, the Department of Energy, and NASA, and is asking anyone with information to come forward. It is very curious. I mean,
very.
I think to find a connection. Maybe they all just had issues. One was murdered. There were 3 from, I think, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory that are missing. There was the one retired Air Force general who used to be at Wright-Patt Air Force Base here in the Dayton area. William McCaslin. They've never found him. He disappeared at the end of February of this year.
Yeah, he just walked off.
Yeah.
Walked off.
Again. Do you have like 3 minutes, Kelly?
Yeah.
It's interesting you brought this up because we're going to play a song, but coming up next, I want to talk about a video I found while doom scrolling.
Okay.
And talk about a 420-esque video to come across. I really hope you waked and baked this morning because I want to share this with you. I want your opinion on it.
Okay.
And I know I can't wait for Thick to hear this. Yeah.
Yeah, out of any of us who might have waked and baked. It's him,
but
right?
I did not.
Dealing with NASA and the trip to the far side of the moon. I'm going to share this with you.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Cher is asking the court for a temporary conservatorship over her 49-year-old son Elijah Blue Allman's finances. Allman has severe mental health and substance use issues. He's currently in a psychiatric hospital in New Hampshire after being arrested already 2 times this year. Cher's attorney says Allman has no concept of money. He spends nearly everything on drugs, expensive hotels, and limousine transportation. He has a trust fund that's funded by his late father, Greg Allman. But Elijah Blue is currently in significant debt, including an enormous tax bill, money he borrowed to pay an $18,000 drug debt, and he has mounting unpaid spousal support to his estranged wife. The filing says he's been kicked out of 18 hotels for erratic behavior, has caused several kitchen fires, and has engaged in troubling behavior toward hotel staff. A hearing on the conservatorship is set for Friday. Sounds like an open and shut case there.
Well, on the flip side of that coin, in happy news, did you hear that Cher found out she's a grandmother for the first time?
No.
So I guess Chaz had a relationship with a woman years ago and then walked out due to their own problems. And then there was some discovery genetic tree thing, and Cher found out she was a grandmother for the first time and got all excited, like, oh my God, I have a grandbaby. And met the grandbaby.
Yeah, I read that this morning.
Okay. Who had the baby? Was it
her daughter, son, who became
yes
a daughter, right?
No, the daughter became a son.
Okay.
And that is Chaz.
Right. Okay, hold on.
Did Chaz go through a full...
maybe? I don't know. I don't think so. All right, here.
So did Chaz have the baby is what I'm asking, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, this was about Elijah.
Oh, okay. So Chaz isn't involved at all.
No, Chaz isn't involved.
Gotcha.
I got it mixed up. No, Elijah had a relationship and they produced a baby.
Had a baby.
And just found out.
I gotcha.
And Katie, the mother of the baby, is the granddaughter of Julie Andrews.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a celeb fest. That granddaughter has great genes.
Great genes. Yeah, the baby, or the daughter, is now 16. So it was 2010 when the baby was born. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Those are your 3 things.
All right, I know every Monday morning at about 7:20ish or so, we do my gummy thoughts from, me taking my gummy to sleep, and sometimes it kicks in before I fall asleep, and I get some weird thoughts rolling through my head. But I saw one yesterday that really, whoa, man. If you waked and baked for 420, I got one for you. Because the video talked about humans and human existence, and more importantly, where we came from. Because, science says Earth's been around for about 4.6 billion years, and human existence, only about 100,000 years, if you really look at it. But if you look at humans compared to other species and our place on this planet, the one thing you see in a lot of sci-fi movies when they talk about aliens and aliens visiting is the advanced technology, how smart they are. Whether it be time travel or advanced spacecraft or whatever, ESP, telekinesis.
Hyperspace.
Yeah. It's all about the brain, really, when it comes to sci-fi stuff. And, of course, we as humans, the reason we are who we are and the reason we're at the top of our food chain is because of our brain power and the things we've been able to accomplish. But if you look at the human existence as a whole, do we really belong here? Or did we really come from here? Because you look at other animals and other species and how they evolved to, their surroundings. And when you think about humans, we really haven't evolved to our ecosystem. Because, most babies, when they come out, for most species, labor about 30 minutes or so. And not only that, when babies come out of other species, they're pretty self-sufficient. They start, sure, they're taken care of, but all in all, they're out walking, they're getting their own food, they're eating. What are humans are useless. Useless as babies. Useless for a very long time, actually, when you think about what we can do and how we're taken care of. And then you look at the actual physical form of a human on this planet. You look at a lot of animals and their build. They're built for this planet. They're built with, curved spines or closer to the ground.
Yeah, they don't walk.
We're straight vertical. We have nothing but I did not know this. 80% of humans at some point have some sort of chronic pain. Our backs are not made for this planet. We're just compressed constantly by gravity and being upright, or at least trying to stay upright if we don't slouch. You see, most animals, they have some sort of curved spine of some sort. Doesn't cause them any problems. Us, curved back, big problem. Here's the other one. Here's the other one. The sun. We have no business being around this sun. Stand out in the sun for more than 30 minutes with nothing on. See what happens. Scorched earth. No other animal. They're all fur, pigment, all kinds of things to protect them from the sun of this earth. Us? No, we need to create something to help us protect ourselves. Otherwise, we're burning, we're blistering, we're getting cancer. We're not made for this sun. So I ask you, are we actually from this planet, or were we dropped here as the smarter, advanced life form, like they do in other sci-fi movies? When aliens come here and they're smarter than...
So we're the aliens.
Are we the aliens?
Okay.
Not to mention, you look at all these other species that have been around for sharks, alligators, they've been around forever. We're new. We just kind of showed up. So,
I mean, every species eventually becomes extinct.
True.
We're working hard to make ourselves.
Yeah, we're working real hard. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great question.
Yep. So we don't fit here.
I would say, all right. Okay, never mind.
Come on, Kelly. I want to hear it.
I guess with the birth thing and the fact that babies are useless, I think there's a purpose in that. Meant to create, that's a purposeful creation of a bond, years-long bond, family. We don't just drop and go.
That's an advanced brain system.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it takes longer because we're so advanced, I think. And you talk about curved spine and standing up. Yeah, we don't run on all fours. So we don't have the curved spine.
I understand that. But the straight spine causes nothing but problems as opposed to other species that don't have to deal with that problem. The straight spine, we can't run as fast, we're not as strong, and it causes us problems. There's not one human that doesn't complain about back problems at some point in their life. Just saying. Something to think about.
Okay.
Might not be from here. We might have been, dropped in.
Yeah.
Yep. Little seedlings. Dropped on planet Earth.
Let's see what these fellas can do.
That's right. Just something to think about.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, let's make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up today. Replace some of those brain cells killed over the weekend. Like, did you know fortune cookies are not served in China? They most likely originated from cookies made by Japanese immigrants to America in the early 20th century. In fact, Jenny Lee, she's the author of a book called The Fortune Cookie Chronicles. She said she actually brought a bunch of fortune cookies to China and gave them to Chinese people who were all very confused. No idea what was going on.
It was a machine. It was in The Last Dragon. It's just a machine maker.
They just punched them out, yeah. Did you know that croissants are originally from Austria, not from France? They were created in the 13th century in Austria and became crescent-shaped in the 1600s. Croissant! The modern-day French version didn't come around to the 1900s, but it's been around for a while, actually. Did you know that the Iron Maiden, not the band, the human-shaped iron cabinet with spikes inside?
Yes.
Yeah. That wasn't an actual torture device in the Middle Ages. It was created in the late 1700s as a hoax, and the myth started spreading that it was actually used back during the Middle Ages, but that is not true.
The band actually said they're not going to play the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was there a reason?
Yeah. They just think the Hall of Fame's crap now.
Okay.
No, actually, they're on tour in Australia at that time. So they can't.
So they can't.
They just can't be.
Yeah. I would rather take the money from the tour than they're going to put me in anyways, or put me in next year when we're free.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, no, they'll go in anyway. They just can't be there.
Right. Did you know that Napoleon was just under 5'7", which was above average height in France at the time? So the whole Napoleon complex thing, he was actually tall for his time.
That's funny.
And finally, did you know that a moon can have its own moon? It's called submoon, or moonlit, or also a moon. Really? Moon? You can't come up with a better name than
really,
moon?
Right? Do they have any examples of, like, because I know some of the other planets in our solar system have more than one moon, or some
multiple
submoons.
moons. Yeah. Let's see, a possible sun moon. Kepler 1625b has got a moon.
In which planet does that orbit?
Kepler 1625b.
Yeah, which planet does it orbit?
It orbits, the moon orbiting Kepler 1625b has a moon, and then that moon has a moon.
Is this not it? This is not in our solar system?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Kepler is the name of the planet?
Correct. Kepler
okay.
1625b.
That's why I was confused.
Yes.
I thought that was the name of the moon. Now I get it.
And then it has a moon, and then that moon has a moon.
Okay.
Let's see. What other moons are there? Well, it doesn't say. Anyways, yeah, there's a moon. That's all I got. Learning some stuff on a Monday morning, 99.7 The Blitz.